Hi guys, so it's the Artistic Bookworm here, and I'm back with another video. As you can see, this one is on improving your anatomy skills. I think a couple of weeks ago on a previous video, a user called Katie Page got in contact and left a lovely comment asking let's have a look. What do you recommend for beginners to learn the human figure? So I said I could do a video on this if she wanted to, and she really liked that idea, so here it is. So here I am going through all the different things that I've used to improve in anatomy. Now, I am not perfect in anatomy in any way, shape or form. I am still learning, but this is my list of YouTubers that I follow that I'm religiously following with, and that's how I've learnt to improve on not just my anatomy, on my colouring, on how I film videos, on what I talk in my videos, absolutely everything. And then underneath is websites where I've got reference images and more tips and everything in regards to drawing anything, whether it be anatomy, colouring with Copics, absolutely anything. DeviantArt is definitely the top one there, and for YouTubers, draw with Jazza, Bailey J, Miss Kerry J. Go and check out my subscriber list, because most of them are YouTubers that I have learned most of my stuff from. So in regards to what I'm showing you now, this is anatomy that I was doing back in May last year. I wasn't very good. I couldn't get the placement right, and yeah, it's just all over the place. I wasn't drawing daily either. I was drawing a few days here, a few days there. See, this was the 15th of May. I think I started my sketchbook on the 5th of May, and I didn't really focus on much. It was just all sorts here, there and everywhere pretty much. So this is just me showing you what I was trying to figure things out. Basically, I had no idea what I wanted to do or what I wanted to focus on. I knew I wanted to improve in anatomy, but I didn't quite know how to exactly. And I've thought of taking classes, but I don't really have the money for it. And I know that the main thing in learning and absolutely anything, whether it be for a job, for a hobby, whatever, you have to practice. Practice is the number one thing. You can't get enough of practicing. So that's probably my number one point for improving anatomy. The next point is anatomy books, which I'll show you a couple of the books I'll show you one anatomy book that I use religiously, and then a couple of other resources that I have, as well as another book. And I'll go through some of the resources online that I found. This is the point where I'm starting to get better, and this was in November, but again, it's a little bit shaky because I'm not drawing as much. So this is where I really start to improve, and this is towards the end of December. I think this is on the 23rd of December, and you can really start to see me taking form. And I'm practicing, I'd say, for 8 hours a day at this point. This was only on the weekends. I couldn't really practice on the days, but I had time off at this point as well because it's Christmas. So I was literally just practicing as much as I could. And here you can see it paying off. And some of them are wrong, some of them are right. They're not even nearly perfect. But the point is, I'm practicing, and so that is why practicing is just so important when it comes to learning anatomy. And all I did to get these references, I went on Google and on DeviantArt, and I just printed off pages of images that I could just practice the basic shape and the basic form. I would say get an anatomy book or references about anatomy so that you can learn the placement of things. So previously you could see I was doing muscles. Here I focus a lot on the muscles in the back, the hand, and then I'm focusing a lot on the chest and the arm. I really want to get better at the chest and the arm. So that was my main focus. So then I have my little doll there, so I was just drawing anything and everything and trying just to get the shape and form of things, because that's what you have to do to get better. You have to go to the basics, and I think that's where I was going wrong a lot of the time. I'm very impatient, so I didn't want to go back to the basics. I just wanted to wake up and be able to draw. That's what anyone wants. Like, you just want to skip all the hard part and just learn how to draw, but it really doesn't work like that. So here I'm skipping out. My sketchbook's two-tone, so I have the white pages and then the tan pages. I haven't filled up the tan pages yet because I'm debating how to fill it out, but then here I am, I'm starting to experiment with the legs, even different things, and for me that's a big achievement, because before I didn't go out of my comfort zone. I just would look at reference images and try to copy them straight from what I was seeing to paper. And now I'm experimenting more. I'm not always looking at reference images. I might to get the shape that I want or the stance that I want. But now I'll just grab my sketchbook and I'll start doodling, say, heads in it or arm shapes. And yeah, they're not the right size or they're not the right form, but I'm just practicing and just messing around. So yeah, that's what most of the end of this sketchbook is. So I don't think I go all the way to the end of showing you what's in the sketchbook, but I pick out the important points of improving. So like there, that could be someone holding a bat. And then back here, that's my favourite pose, though that page isn't, but this page, that's probably my best pose for human anatomy right now. So I just wanted you to see my sketchbook to show the improvement just from May until February this year. I've only done one page so far for March, so I've not drawn too much. Unfortunately, I've got too much work going on. But this is the anatomy book that I'm using pretty much, that you just saw, and then Masters of Anatomy as well. And I'll provide links and sources at the bottom of the video to where you can find these things. Books I just get from Amazon. Masters of Anatomy have their own website though that you can get this book, and they've just got 2 more out, so that's where you can find them. The other one I got from the library, and you can get that on Amazon, you can get that anywhere. Now this is the little booklet I made up of just all different reference images for anatomy, for muscles, for poses that I liked, just so I had a reference point to go back and sketch things and just take a look and go, right, today I want to work on the arm and work on the arm muscles. And I'd spend 8 hours just focusing solely on that point. Or I'd go, right, I want to try and get all these poses down as accurately as possible. So I would just sit, have music in the background and practice all of those different poses. And I got these ones off DeviantArt. So go to DeviantArt, type in reference poses, anatomy poses, sketches. You'll find absolutely everything there. The one person I do recommend going for is, I think his name is Nisio, I think it's pronounced Nsio. He has lots of things. And then my second favourite person for anatomy is Draw with Jazza. Now he is here on YouTube and he has a lot of different things. So I printed off his anatomy stuff from his website and I've just put it in a folder here. And sometimes I'll just grab the folder and go, right, okay, I'm just going to work through all of these bits. So you'll see some of my sketchbook stuff that looks very similar to this, because I am just taking it from here and practice. That is the main thing, and I can't get enough of telling you, just while you're young especially, because now I find that I work a full-time job and I have to work overtime, so I don't have enough time to draw. I come home overnight and I'm just so dead tired that I don't draw enough, and the only time I really draw is at the weekend, and that's if I'm not working. So if you guys don't work and you only go to school, draw as much as physically possible, and that, because it's great. Like that's the one thing I recommend you do. So I hope this video helped. Let me know if you want anything else, and if you really like my video, please hit like and subscribe. I've got more videos on my channel and I try to release 2 every week. So yeah, Thank you for watching. Let me know if you need any more information, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye, guys.